the lifestyle type shit. We do.
Until we victimized by it.
There you go.
Yeah, until we victimized by it. Yeah, everybody love a thug until the thug go to thugging on us. Yeah, until we victimized by the thug. Yeah. But see, when we was during our day, thugging never applied to us. We thugged on the other sides of town. Yeah, we because nobody on our side had nothing to be preyed on. Yeah, we went to go get it and come back with it.
Yeah, we're gonna get this thing started, man. I'm just giving y'all some behind the scenes footage for a little bit. You heard what I just said? Cause guess what, man? Y'all know how this shit go. It's a fee to see this shit, my nigga.
Say this the blind man shuffle
That's how it
apparel.
go, man.
Let me see what we got.
There you go.
Yeah, this the blind man shuffle, man, for those that know. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all see it, man.
What's up with it? Who we got in here?
So we finna get ready to do some good things,
Emotional
man.
Prisoner
Drop
is a
some
good
dollars,
read,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Share some more of the good. Yes, sir, most definitely. Chris, Slaughterhouse Barbecue, what's up, man? We were talking about you today. Popcorn,
Already.
mic check, popcorn podcast. Shout out to you. Yeah, I'm just tapping in with y'all, man. We're giving y'all some sneak footage of the new what's this? The new show, the new airing. Yeah, this the new one. We
Now we just dropping more game now, man. It's the game related podcast, man.
yeah,
Y'all
my
know how we do it, man.
my phone probably got 50%, so I'm gonna let it run till it pass out, and then y'all have to catch it when it drop, man. But this for the people that be tuning in, man. Shout out to y'all. They're gonna do right there. Do on the set. That's that's do better. That's do better. That's do more. That's do until you can't do no goddamn more.
Nah, man, we in the building, Jack.
Yeah, that's just do what it do.
Yeah, man. So we finna
Good
say
seeing
a
y'all in
woman.
Texas already, man.
Yeah, we finna have a great podcast, man. We
And
finna
that
do
a
something
man the
great.
myth. Yeah, he in the building.
Say, man, that nigga brought all the paperwork, man.
Yeah, there it is right there.
He brought all the
Say,
paperwork.
and for the people that know, this just a sneak preview. This just something I brought. This my work. This my work. This fried turkey. Uh, I cook most people on the earth. Man, woman, robot, and computer. And I can cook anything. Yeah, I can cook anything. I make a human good. Yeah, I can cook anything. If you're a flesh eater, I make a human good to you. It's all the same. Flesh is flesh. But this fried turkey right here, I brought it live on the set. Just cooked it. It done got cold, but it's still ready. We're getting ready to go in. Gangster, you want to get right here in the middle of what? Yeah, because if we both gonna be asking you, let me see.
Y'all fellas, y'all let me know when y'all ready, cause I'm ready to go.
Yeah, man, we gonna give y'all a little bit not a lot, man. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna give y'all no more, man. Y'all gotta tune in when y'all tune in.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah. Y'all gotta tune in when it's tuned in, man.
That be that nerd, yeah. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do y'all a little better than do. I
They
got a
good.
nice battery, so I'm gonna give y'all some good minutes. Let me see. We can get everybody in there like this here. Yeah, we'll be in it where we needed to be. Nashville, Cashville, Anyville, Trillville, Spillville,
It's on
anywhere we
y'all.
need to
Whenever
be.
y'all ready, it's on y'all.
Ready? Hey, man, y'all know what time it is, man. Say, man, we on the game related podcast. Once again, dropping down good game. You know what I'm saying? My guy Charles White ain't here today, but hey, man, we still doing what we do. So what we got going on over there, saying?
Man, we gonna get to it. Uh, we got what we get. We gonna get to what we got. We got gangster on the set, so we got the unexpected.
Mhm. Okay.
Gangster, what's up with it, man? Talk to us. Give us some
Let's
good
see.
advice off the top, man.
Well,
Giggity, giggity.
I tell y'all what. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure to be here. Um, for number one, everybody out there who listening, be careful with the company you keep.
Mm.
That's going to be a determining factor of y'all going to be able to stay out here with us. Well, you ain't got to worry about lockdown.
Hmm.
You ain't got to worry about feed up. Look, we got. So at the end of the day, if you don't want to go through that same menu they got in prison, be careful with the company you keep.
No, that way, man.
Coming out the chow hall, how much this gonna cost?
Oh man, that's gonna be like about you going because they selling books. They sell books, so that's something they don't have. So you might get it for about a good 5 books. 5 books is $50 in
You hear
certain
that?
joints.
5 books, fresh
Five books,
off the press.
yeah, they don't have that. You got some people might outbid it. You just start the bidding war, man. Let's fried turkey. Oh, yeah, they own it.
And under the right conditions, this might cost you your life.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Be careful about the decisions you make and the
Hmm.
places you allow your decisions to put you in. Because something as simple as this can be as serious and critical as your life, your well being. It's dudes that'll bust your head behind a piece of fried turkey. With that being said, uh, man, we gonna get to it.
Let's get to it, man.
We got Terrence Gangster Williams on the set.
Hmm.
Uh, but we not here for the gangster.
Okay,
We here for T.
little T.
Lil T.
Little
Yeah,
T.
we here for gangster before he became gangster. We gonna get to know who he was before who he became known to us. Because before he became to be known as Terrence Gangster Williams, he was Lil T. So we're gonna get to know Lil T today. I don't know that Lil T has ever been introduced into these internet streets, have it?
No.
So this is an exclusive. But before we get into that, I wanna go back to where we was last week because he wasn't here, and I think we would be doing him as well as ourselves an injustice if we didn't give him an opportunity to address the topic. So we're gonna be as brief as we need to be so we can proceed. But with that being said, I want to ask you the question that was proposed to our audience as well as us. And I got some good feedback from people in the comments from that topic. And a few of y'all, I'm gonna get to y'all tonight. I'm gonna read y'all comment because some of y'all had some profound comments, and we're gonna build off of that. That's what we welcoming. That's what we encouraging. That's what we trying to incorporate into our podcast, something that I've never seen a podcast do. Not saying that nobody haven't done it, not doing it, or don't desire to doing it. I'm just not very experienced in these internet streets. So that's why I'm saying that. If it's somebody that been doing it, it ain't no spite to you. Excuse my ignorance. But Terrence,
Yes.
the question was if you could create a program from boyhood. Hold up, let me tell y'all this about Terrence, gangster, civilian,
Mhm.
all of those personalities, including Lil T. We're gonna get into Lil T, but I'm addressing gangster right now because I messaged gangster and I was just applying uh proper politics to the situation because I didn't want to get him up here and ask him something that he wasn't prepared for, or because I don't really know how this thing go. I prefer to be genuine and authentic, but I didn't know. So I asked a few people. They say, yeah, just let them know what you want to talk to him about. So I called Gangster, and he right here. He'll tell you. I tell you no lie. I say, hey man, this is what I planned, and he told me. He say, hey bro, you ain't got to prep me.
Real
Mhm.
life
Yeah,
shit.
you ain't got to prep me,
Real
man.
life
Let's
shit.
just go. You can ask me
Real
anything
life shit.
about anything. I don't need no prelude to the
Real
topic.
life, homie.
And I felt like it was important to let that be known because this is raw, this is genuine, this is authentic. It's not pre-rehearsed. It ain't pre-planned conversation. These is raw conversations. So what you see is what you gonna get. And I think that that's important because well, we'll get into that. But I just want to salute you for that. But what I want to say to that is when a person is intelligent, it's not verbalized. Intelligence is displayed. Intelligence is not something you hear. And see, us as people, misinformed, miseducated people, when we hear stuff that resonate with what we feel, what we think, and what we like, we say he's sharp, he's intelligent. That's not intelligence. See, that's how you get played. You observe intelligence with your keen senses, your sense of perception, your sense of hearing, your and your sense of feeling internally, not externally. So to sum it up, intelligence is displayed, not verbalized. Uh, so the question is, if you could create a program based off of what you've been through, what you know, understanding that in our community, a lot of boys never become men. You see, we got a lot of males that's 40, 50 years old that's still boys. You understand the concept of from boyhood to manhood. So, based off of what you know, if you could create a program that would stimulate the development of a boy to a man, what would that look like?
Oh, yeah, that's what you brought up. Yeah, to elaborate on what the brother was talking about, when I do interviews, I always tell the people my life open book. Um, I don't like to, do the prep thing because I don't feel like I'm being genuine. What you can prep, let me just say for everybody who other people do interviews, we're not saying don't prep, whatever, because what we saying is by us all been through this from different cities, but we had the same walk of life for us in the streets and going to juvenile, going doing state time. So we done been through that. My program, and when you say that, I kind of cheated though because I started a program in prison. Actually my nonprofit, and I brought it here. So so you gave me a heads up. You get a cheat. I don't usually do this, but I got a cheat today because
He
I'm on
utilized
I'm
his
on I'm on a
resources.
game related podcast, y'all.
Yeah, that way,
Big
man.
fact. Yeah, I started this when I was in prison. This is my uh this is the logo that I had came with.
Let them
Cut
see.
off. Yeah, I was about to say you cut his people off.
Hug the block.
Called Hug the Block. I
Yeah,
started this in prison.
they gonna get it. See them boy right there? They
Big
watching.
facts. Yeah. I started this in prison, right? And down here is I love to use this quote. It said, it is so much easier to build healthy children than it is to repair broken men. By Frederick Douglass. Now, I came up with the name Hug the Block because when I would call home to Birdman, I'd be like, yo, what's up with the homie? What's up? Oh man, he's still hugging the block. I'm always hearing them using that lingo, he's still hugging the block. So I was like, you know what? That's the name of my nonprofit, Hug the Block. And I just thought I had reached out to a female. I had her to do a website for me. She did my little project. She did the website, everything from all this from prison, right? Now let me tell you what happened with me. This was my this me, Big Meech, in prison. I had him on there, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I had a picture with him on here at the time. Um, and this is a page from the curriculum that I came up with. So to give you all an update, I come over Hug the Block because of me talking to Birdman, him telling me a lot of homies still hugging the block. They don't want to leave the streets alone. So my ignorance came in because when I did the domain name, I had the website set up. Like a year later, I go to check on my website, it's gone.
Hmm.
Hold up, hold up. Let me ask you this. At the time you created this program, what was your sentence?
Life.
So you was still under the impression that you was gonna be in prison for life, but even though you was under that impression, you was creating this program.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, because with the proof I have, what I'm about to tell you all, where you're gonna be able to look it up under the Secretary of State in Louisiana. Um, I didn't know with a domain name that you got to either pay for it every year or pay for it for so long. I
Yeah.
thought once I paid for it, that was mine. So what happened was 2011, I came up with uh Hug the Block. I got my website up and doing good, right? 2012 is gone, but Mia X got Hug the Block. Shout out to Mia X. She got Hug the Block. I said, how in the world Mia X get my ooh, I'm mad, right? So they told me where you got to keep paying, you ain't pay for it. So she was able to get it, yada yada. I was like, all right, that's cool. At least she's still doing a nonprofit as well.
Mm.
But I didn't know. So I was like, okay, you know what? People gonna be like, she's famous, you capping, you in jail, you trying to steal me extra. I'm like, okay, go to Secretary of State, you're gonna look up under Narcia Hunter, you're gonna see Hug the Block. I did an LLC nonprofit for it. So that's part of my proof that I already had it first. But I was like, okay, she from my city, she from New Orleans, or she trying to, push something positive. I like that. I wouldn't mind hooking up with her. Let's get something going. And I would share my curriculum with her. And I like the fact that you all came up with that topic because when you told me that, I was like, nah, I don't want to prep. But then I was like, you know what? I got some. I did a nonprofit in jail, and this was to help the at-risk youth on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And in here, I talk about video visit. And what I meant by a video visit, because I was explaining to the people that on one hand, the street legends in prison still got a hold on the streets.
Mm.
So, prime example, in 2005, I was in USP McQuarrie in the penitentiary, and I'm hearing BMF got busted. They're like, who's BMF? Big Meeks, da 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 da. So I don't know because I got locked up in '98. So I don't know what's going on with Big Meeks. I don't know about nothing, with that movement. But the youngsters in the pen, they telling me, oh yeah, they was doing this, this. Then that next year, no, I'm lying. 2005, 6, 7, 8. About 3 years later, I got a chance to meet Big Meech. So as I'm hearing his name ring on the compound, I'm like, okay, that boy's a legend out there on the street. So it's like you still got people on the streets who look up to, who miss him, who still are moved to his beats. So I was like, okay, we need video visits in prison. We need to have a spot set up with the children to let them know, their parents know, hey, they're going to be police, going to be monitoring these visits. So whenever a war or beef jump off, the legend in prison, his job is just to try to get you guys together because first they're going to be starstruck. And
Mm-hmm.
secondly, is to let them know, look, I'm in prison serving time. The homie, you don't want to do this. Y'all could talk it out. What's going on? Y'all don't have to go down this road, right? Also in my curriculum, I teach them how to open a bank account. I teach them how to do an LLC because these were the things I didn't know nothing about. Let me tell you how caught up I was with words. Like, how I always try to spell words how we talk. So I look up in a dictionary like that. So I was looking up in cursive. So I'm looking through the dictionary, INs. Man, what in cursive? In cursive. People say, you got to write in cursive?
Yeah.
Some think that's the whole word.
Yeah.
So I'm looking up in cursive, in cursive. I say, hey, man, why I can't find in cursive in here? He said, because it's called cursive. I said, well, why y'all saying cursive? He said, do you know how to write in cursive?
Yeah.
So that's what made me feel like, uh, that what made me feel like the whole word was in cursive. Then I used to be like, yeah, I don't discriminate at all. So I was on the phone with one of my children's mother, and she had her friend on the phone, and they was making fun of me, and I was cracking jokes playing, and I was, yeah, I don't discriminate. She was like, look at her, come on, he don't discriminate, and I caught it, and I was like, no, I want to tell, no, I say discriminate, but the way she correct me on that, now she might be on to something. So I went asked somebody, and they showed me. So it taught me that uh, take your time, ask people questions. So with my program, now that I'm home now and I see what's going on out here, the just like I wanted, because Magic Johnson had told Birdman to do this, find a building. He's like, I'm gonna put some computers in there. Because one thing I learned that we got to get our youngsters out the street. We got to get them away from the materialistic stuff and get them out the street, give them something to do. So we got a building, they got computers in here where you could teach them how to do your own LLC. You could teach them how to do your nonprofit. You can teach them how to do your their with the trademark. You can teach them how to go straight to Library of Congress to copyright stuff for $45, or instead of giving a lawyer $5,000, $10,000 when you just filling out papers. You know, my idea was to show them, even with cleaning themselves, like in Islam we urinate, we call it stingy, where we wash our private part. Because in the back of the day, when you go to jail or get shot up or whatever, sometimes when you urinate, you still got urine popping down your clothes, so your underwear smelling like pee. You know what I'm saying? So how you clean yourself properly. So these are the things when they're young, you teach them. Like I say, you teach, and then I want to have it where everybody come into the building, everybody wearing a jumper. Everybody got on the same outfit, a jumper on, or khaki, or a jeans, a shirt, or everybody with the same outfit, same kind of shoes, because we don't want no big eyes, no little U's. And you teach them how to become brothers. You teach them how to work out problems, come up with situations. Like we got this turkey right here. Now, the brother cooked this, and I don't know who this belonged to, but somebody in there might have told me, "Oh man, you can have one of them, man. That's for the homie over there, but that's my dog. He good." All the while, you already done paid for it. So now I didn't touch it. Now it's a problem now. So how are we going to rectify the situation? So those are things that you could do, uh, worksheets to show them how to work out problems instead of it becoming violent. Also, because I learned this, it take a man to apologize. Like you don't have to feel like, man, he gonna think I'm a sucker. He gonna think I'm soft because I apologize first. So I used to always tell them dudes, when I got on my dean, good brother don't mean soft brother. But I'm gonna be the first one to say, hey man, my bad, I apologize, or what I owe you, or whatever the case may be, because I know when they go down, I know what I'm gonna do.
Right.
So we gotta teach them. It's okay to say, hey man, I apologize, my bad, I stepped on your shoe. Hey, well, what part I dirty up? Because now it's gonna look at now he might feel like you're a sucker, you soft, but you know you took the high road. You apologize. That's the main thing. And some dudes, they don't want to do that, but once you apologize to them in front of their friends or their peers, they're gonna de-escalate the situation. So um, my thing was, like with my nonprofit, it's called Big Homie and Little Homie Day, where I had people who've been through the struggle before. Now you could get two or three or four homeboys at the project, and you bring them places and you show them stuff. Because majority, and I'm gonna speak for me, majority of us haven't left out the hood, haven't left out the city. So when you take me from New Orleans to Texas, and you bring me to Fairfield Park, or you bring me to uh, California somewhere to look at the mountains or look at some. Now I got a different look now because I was just stuck in the hood with the Mag 90 over there by the car. I know his crack under the tire on the tire over here, his heroin over here. I know about drugs. I know about guns. I know how to run from the police. I know when the police come, we get out with a call. Heads up, 50 or 12 come, whatever. I know those codes. But at a young age, if we start showing them, and this is what grandma teach you. When I was in jail, I had pictures from when I went on a 7-day boat cruise, and I paid 1,500 for it. But when you look at that commercial, you see that cruise going across on that water. The dude told me, said, man, I thought that was like $5,000 or $10,000 ago. I said, nah, man, you gotta call. You gotta, try to. And if you don't know how to do it, ask somebody. It don't hurt to ask somebody. If you don't know something, ask somebody for help. So that'd be our problem too, our pride. And I used to always tell dudes in jail, you see this? They look at me, I say, you see this? Put your pride to the side and ask. So, man, I have a laundry list of starting this program, but no, because this is stuff I like now that I have a chance to sit down. I've gotten older. Now it's like with me on the sideline. Now I get to watch the game. It's okay. Here go a good example. You play chess?
No.
You play chess? Yeah. Have you ever been in a game playing chess and you got people standing around watching you, homie, everybody around, and you make that move and everybody cringe up and you can see how your peripheral like, what I miss? Like you missed a checkmate or you missed a steal a rook or you could have stole his queen.
Yep.
That happens all the time, right? So I always use that analogy to show people like when we playing, sometimes we can't see what's ever, all around us. But when you step to the side and you're a spectator, you look and you see everything from the side.
Good sideline.
Yes. So
Good
that's
sideline.
that's how I see now the streets, the game. I could like, okay, I see what they're doing. But sometimes I cringe at when I see that. I'm like, man, but I'm like, okay, you did that same thing. But now, but that I'm on this side, I see it better, and my heart just go out to them youngsters, man. So I would love to share my thoughts. But I'm one of them guys, like when I talk, I like to lead by example, and I don't like to just talk it and just leave it on camera. I want to move out. I want to move out. Just like I always tell people on my channel when I do my what that is, my reality show. Like one day I said, you know what? I got in touch with a Airbnb out in Dallas somewhere, and we did the reality show. I said, you know what? I want to do my movie. So I went down to New Orleans. I filmed the trailer because I'm like, we always say we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it, and we never do it. So that's just like with the children. We always say, man, we want to help the children, we want to help the children, we want to help the children. So we got a hand for helping the children. Like shout out to Real Life Street Star Joker. He hit me yesterday, me and Crypto Jeezy, and we went to Walmart in Dallas, and we went and bought all the chicken, and we bought with them little box things, the Lunchables, and soda and water, and we went downtown Dallas and fed the homeless. So that was pretty cool. And excuse me. At the end, I was wondering if some of those two were feeling how I was feeling. Meaning, like once we ran out of chicken, ran out of everything, we had more people coming. As we pulled out, it was like wait flag. I'm like, what was going through y'all mind? I want to know if they were sharing my thoughts that we had to leave. We ran out of food. So part of the program would be to get these youngsters to go out and help feed the homeless because they would see, like, man, you blessed, your family cook you meals, and you got these people out here that don't have nothing. And the crazy part about it was one guy, I got him on film, he got his dog with him. I'm like, man, you home, how you gonna take care of the dog too? But he got his dog with him, rocking with him. So I would like to show these youngsters how blessed they are to have the little things they have. Because we complain all the time. Mama, what I'm gonna eat? Mama, I don't want this bed. Mama, I want these clothes. Mama, I want these people don't have nothing. And it was children out there too. So I would love to show them that kind of stuff um, to get their mind right
Mm.
in hopes of getting them together.
No, that's what's up, man. No, that's what's up.
I know I went all over the place, y'all, but that's what I be doing.
No, 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 you did what you're supposed to do.
No, yeah, and so you got something to do because if not, I'm gonna recap what I,
Go ahead. No,
just
go
so
ahead.
we can put it in perspective. All right, so gangster, you said proper cleanliness was one thing that you would teach a boy in terms of that's be important in terms of him evolving from his boyhood to his manhood. Uh, and then you said you would put a bunch of kids in the same outfits to where it's no individuality. And I wanted to key in on that because that's important because I know a lot of times, especially in our culture, because of the value system that our kids have, you might have a kid that's a brilliant mind, but because he don't have the uniform that warrants attention, recognition, and respect, nobody listens to him.
Mhm.
So I thought that that was a pivotal point that you stated, simply because I'm aware that I know some dudes who had some keen minds, but when we young, we don't respect uh mental intelligence. We respect things that's really of the least important. We respect the monetary, materialistic things that really don't have any value. And the things that's really of value, we just haven't evolved to the point to where we can understand, appreciate, and respect that. So I felt like that was a key point, and I think that that was an important one. Then you said problem solving, and I think that that's key because, and that brought me to a conversation that me and Dude was having earlier today because I was telling him because you mentioned something to me about a school shooting, and I say, man, I can't keep up with all of this. And later on in the podcast, we're gonna get into that because as a result of you telling me that, it triggered something inside of me. But when you said problem solving, it made me say that uh, problem solving actually is connected and attached to emotional intelligence because if you don't know how to process what you feel and express what you feeling, you don't really know how to solve problems. Your primary method or alternative to solving problems is violence because that's your comfort zone. Most people who are not very intelligent, they primary uh remedy for solving problems is physical violence, to
Mhm.
physically over dominate you or physically hurt you. And that makes them feel better because most of the time, if you don't develop your mind, you don't develop your body. So at a bare minimum, you know how to throw a punch, especially if it's
Mhm.
an unexpected punch that hurt a person. So that's where you balance the playing field. So I thought that that was important because when we young, we think that our physical strength and our physical dominance equates to manhood. And as we grow older and start to understand it and realizing our limitations, we come to a point to where we understand that our manhood has nothing to do with our physical dominance. It's about our mind.
Mhm.
So I feel like that was key. Now, if I'm mis stating something that you were saying, let me know because
Mhm.
I'm trying to reiterate this to the people because you said a lot. So I'm
Mhm.
just coming back trying to make some key points of what you said so we can keep things in perspective.
Mhm.
So you said the high road, be as you are because that's how you choose to be, not because that's what you expect. Okay, that was a note I made to myself. It's like if you going to be, and this was something that I gathered from a conversation I had with a partner of mine in Alaska today. Shout out to Antonio. But he told me if you're going to be a nice person, be a nice person. Don't be nice because you expect me to be nice back in return. Be nice because that's who you are. That's who you choose to be. Uh, so that's something that I gathered from you saying take the high road. If you're gonna take the high road, not because you expect me to take the high road, because taking the high road resonates with who you are. Uh, and all of these are complicated terms. It would require some teaching,
Mhm.
but these are key points. Our job as the pillars of our community is to come back and give understanding of these pivotal points to the younger minds, to put things in perspective for them, to make them understand how to apply it to their life. That's our job. Uh, and then, okay, that was pretty much it. Was that pretty much, the few points that I know you got a slew of information, but that was that pretty much the key points that you touched on?
Yeah, yeah. But and I want to elaborate on the last one you said 'cause that's very important. Um, how you say if you're gonna be a nice be that person,
Right,
and that's when people look at my YouTube channel and look at all the what I call my internet ops, all the runnings I had on the internet. I've stayed the same way from the internet to off. That's just how I've always. I said, you know what, I'm gonna go this route because I don't want to be a man come from prison. You be holier than thou. Then when you come home, take the kufi off, put the Quran down. Now you're
Mm,
running. I don't want to
right,
be. I didn't want that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was like in prison. This is what I'm doing. When I first got in there, I ain't gonna lie. I was on something trying to prove myself. Got knives. I got money on my book, but I'm robbing dudes, breaking in lockers. I'm doing a bunch of goofy stuff. And later on, I said, man, I could have been killed doing it, and I ain't had it to do. But I just wanted to prove myself. So stabbing, getting caught with the knives. So, um, but once I start studying and realizing that the next person have a feeling, you can be hurt by this person just because he's quiet or he's small. That's what made me say, okay, let me change my life. I want to make it out of prison alive because people just walking up, stabbing people, catch you with a good shot, you through. So that's how I live my life now. Every day, I respect but I've been like that from the streets too. I've never, because I've always been small. So for those who saw the sit down I had with the guy who stabbed my best friend and his
I
brother
wish we
stabbed
could
me.
have got y'all on here, man.
Yeah, man. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna get him
yeah.
back out here because he
Not real
he
talk.
anxious to come back out here. He love it out here in Dallas, man.
Not real
We
talk.
brought him, rolled him around. All that. We're like, man, I said, you on parole? He said, no, I ain't on no paper. I said, man, we're gonna have you come. He said, man, yeah, come on,
where
get him
he
back.
at?
He in New Orleans.
Okay,
I
what's his
talked to him
name?
today. His name Derek, but we called him Diesel. He
Shout
did,
out Diesel.
yeah, he did 30 years. He,
Not
yeah,
real talk.
yeah, he got locked up at 19 years old. And the last time me and the man seen each other, we was I had been shot up, he had been shot up, but we was on a medical team. His homies had get him a knife. I got a knife. We in the middle of the floor, and we about to collide. Like we ain't had none of that magazine, no sheets, no towel. He had a knife, I had a knife. We was about to stab each other up. But how the medical team? Made got a big glass, and the CO was able to look in there and ran in there and grabbed him, and I had never seen him again until he came till I seen him when he come out here.
No, that's what's up.
Yeah, man. So I don't even know how I was gonna be able to take that because it's like I took an L on that one, right? Being stabbed, yeah, because he hit me in the chest, and my lungs
He
still
hit
left.
you?
No, I stole off on him, right?
Right.
Okay, they was talking to some dude that's to give us information so we could try to catch them. So they had him. I think he robbed my people, but he said he did. He said they gave it to him. I'm like, little Julia, and he was some big guys. They like y'all side big. So you telling me you saw how small he is? They gave him all the jewelry, gave him everything. But you got guys that are scary like that. So as he was talking to them, I snuck up behind him and we stole off on him. Well, I hit him, and Mosquito hit his partner. OG Boo Black just left because when them boys upped them knives, we thought we had the ups on him. But it was the element of surprise. Them boys come up with them steak knives about like this long, and they hit me in my chest and hit me back here, hit my people. So and then we got police at that our project that rock with us, the police at their project rock with them. That's gonna let us get away with certain dirt. So the police had got them. I didn't know this boy. He was telling them about this on the thing. And the police, he said, man, go get the police out the mail, man, go call Robbie. Then police came and say, he said, man, Gangsta not there. He said, oh, go and let them go. They're gonna handle it on the street. Gangsta not coming to court on them. And I didn't know them but I know how the police are. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of unanswered questions that I wanted that he gave to me, but it was cool, man. It was pretty cool to sit down with him after 30 years, man. He come home. Last I had seen that man in 1994.
No,
And
real
saw him,
talk.
man. So that was pretty cool. And the crazy part about it, because we supposed to go meet in Vlad, right? And Cali. So when I talked to Vlad's secretary, his people, she was talking about she about to book a flight for him and his security and all that. So the first thing in my mind was like, oh man, they didn't got in touch with one of them gang members out there. They got the guns out there. They trying to get me out there in Cali. So I called Crypto and said, hey, you got to work. You need to take off. We going to Cali. He was like, all right. So I told Vlad, so I'm bringing my security. So happened, so happened, Vlad had to leave Cali and go to New York. I said, when I heard that was a change of plan, I said, good. Now we on even playing fields now, because I don't know where this guy head at. So Vlad see all this going. Vlad got the real police to be in there. So we come and pat everybody down, check the shoes. He did all this, because when Diesel came in there, I'm thinking it's even playing field. His son live in New York. So the crazy part about it, it's a female, his baby mother. I was messing with her, and I said, "Who that little boy? Who's father? Who his fault?" Oh, Diesel. I was like, "Wow, my enemy." I'm looking at my enemy's son when he was a baby running around the house, and that is boy 30 years old or whatever. Was the boy. I was like, "Man," I'm looking at him, and Diesel say, "You know he's met with your mama." He looked at me. He said, "Little boy said, I almost won't know." I said, "Yeah, you don't want to know." Yeah, no, you don't want to know nothing about me and your mama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was a cool
Yeah.
moment, bro. And as we was bringing him to DFW airport, he was on the phone with the people. He said, hold up. He said, man, I noticed something. He said, man, y'all was riding around Dallas. Y'all out the way. Y'all don't be talking about nobody. Man, y'all just so humble. And I didn't hear you say a cuss word. Then he said, man, I can't believe you got so big because he's still small, the same size, right? I said, bro, we're now 50. We told to be talking about who got this or who got that. I said, women do that in the beauty salon, bro. I said, this how we live our life. We chilling out here. It's labor. He said, man, I said, you want to move out here now? He said, yeah, man. Cause we brought him all around, just showed him. He just fell in love with out here in Dallas, but he had to go to work. He already had them punked his people already at the job. To my man, my career about to take off. I can't just be washing these dishes. I said, bro, be patient, bro. You gonna find your little lane, But he was excited. Come on, he's seeing how laid back. I said, but listen, bro. I said, you see, we only brought you just the tourist areas of that. I said, but they got it the way it go down now. He said, yeah, I heard. And this how serious our beef was. He have one of his children mother live out here too. She stayed in my project. I hadn't talked to her in a long time. So I called my cousin, yo, call Black. He called her. She said, hey, gang, she was happy to hear from me, right? I said, I got a surprise. I put him on the phone. He called her by her real name. She was like, oh, hey, baby daddy. Started talking. She said, hold up. What you doing with Gangsta? Because they know, so now a lot of people's telling him, man, don't trust Gang, don't go out to the Dallas, man. He trying to get you back. He trying to, bro, I ain't on that. And I really needed that because, you'll say that, but it's not till you sit down to somebody try
Yeah,
to take your
yeah.
life that you really got
Real
on
talk.
that. Yeah.
No, real talk.
Mhm.
Well, gangster, get what we finna do.
Okay.
We finna take a journey.
Okay. Talk to me.
Um, we finna find out who T is.
Mm.
We want to know who how it all started,
Okay.
when it started, in the beginning. So let's get down to it, man. The
Okay.
first thing I want to know is this here. Coming out of New Orleans, uh, how was the household? Did you have the mama, the father? How many brothers, sisters? How was the household?
Okay. I was born in Gertown, 17 Ward. It's like a minute or two away from where Lil Wayne was claiming Holly Grove, 17 Ward. I remember, man, because I really took pictures of my old house too. Um, we had chickens in the backyard. We had like a little beige dog, like off white, named Duke. I think my grandfather named that dog that. In the household, at first it was my mother, my father, my two brothers, and myself. Then my father moved out. My grandfather moved in with us. I remember Baby and Slim coming staying with us for a while. We were young. I went to Daniel Elementary School, and in the neighborhood I grew up in, I never, uh, I never seen nobody get killed, get shot. Never heard no gunshots. That's crazy. Now that I think about that, I never heard gunshots in Gertown. I never witnessed nobody getting shot up. Um, I remember my godfather used to leave the bathroom door, but I go in there, and I remember a handkerchief and needles around. Later
Mm.
on, I would later on to find out that he was shooting at them drugs, heroin, whatever, because he had a mean attitudes. But my father had 25 children. Um,
Mm.
yeah, my mother had three boys, two by my daddy, my father, me and my older brother had the same father, and my younger brother got a different father. My first time stealing, I learned how to steal, was out of a store called A&P, a grocery store. Like Winn-Dixie, Swagman, what were out here would be equivalent to Winco's. Yeah, stuff like them, right? I was with my homeboy Willis, his older cousin named Chinese. They was good at it. It was stealing their butt off, right? So I'm scared, but they got these Hot Wheel cars. I was like, man, I want one. Like, man, you ain't get your car. I was like, man, I'm scared. So we go back in there. He said, man, just open the pack. I opened it. He said, just put it in your pocket. I did it. We walked. I got away with it. So I was like, oh, this cool. So I went to security next door and stole some cleats. I took the cleats, the football cleats, and when I brought them to my godfather house, put them in the closet. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I can coach you in that bedroom doing all kinds of stuff. I'm a little boy. I'm like about, I got to be like 7, 8 years old, because we moved from Gertown right after that. But while I was living in Gertown as a young boy, I went and got on the swimming team. Um, the fun I had was my godfather lived across the street from the dome swimming pool, and I would charge people a quarter, 50 cents to put their bikes over here because people were stealing their bikes by the pool. So you needed a yard to put their bike, but come on, we have to charge. So when I stole them cleats, I hit him in his car. I'm thinking I'll find some cleats and give them to me. You know, that man called my mother, told her my mother whooped me with a extension cord in the tub, wasn't it?
Mm.
Tore my butt up, bro. So uh, that's my first time stealing.
Now, right there,
Hmm.
when you got caught, they told mama you got hit with the stitching cord. What did that do to you? Did that make you say, hey, I'm through with it? Or what did that do? What did that ass whooping do to you at that time?
It made me not want to do that no more because I didn't steal no more after that.
Hmm.
But it was a turning point when my mother, because I used to go to Washington private school. I would get on that bus to go to school. I remember the man's always fuss. I said, "Come on, y'all take us to that man's always fuss." We would drive a few miles to go to this school. Um, the turning point was when my mother, she must have lost her job. Yeah, she must have lost her job because my grandfather had moved out because he married a woman. He moved out, and it was just my mother and myself and my two brothers.
Hmm.
Yo, I talk about my little brother, Shelly, bro. He like about 6'1", 6'2", right? This would make me laugh. I was just thinking about him because when he was young, he was a little high yellow, like his color, and I couldn't stand him, right? Because my grandfather favored him. So we had the heaters back in the day, and he had a shirt on. I said, back up. I said, back up. And he back all the way up, burnt it. Ah, he took out running, right? He burnt his back. My grandfather went out in the shed and got this mechanic oil, that black oil. You don't know what we say Earl. He got all that, put that some butter or something on his back, whatever. I called a whooping for that. But what made me laugh when I was there with my little brother because he lived in New Orleans, right? And when I was in the Fed, I had seen him in some years, right? So I said, how tall are you? He said, I don't know, about what 5'12", 5'13". So I got quiet, right? So he realized, he said, did I just say that? I said, yeah, you said that dumb stuff, bro. So my little brother said, bro, he done got tall, man. I love him though, bro. He I noticed to get off court, but let me just say about my little brother. He grew up in a household with us, right? Project and all this, but he always was a good boy. So he wanted to get in the streets. So him and his little friends got into a little beef in the project, and the little boy got his eye shot. And the police wanted my brother to cooperate, coming to my house. He said, man, your brother, you gotta tell him to do the right thing, or he going to jail. I said, you know you gotta do your job. My brother gonna talk. They lock him up. My mother panicked. Terrence, they got my baby. I said, listen. Yeah, no, he called home. I said, what's up, boy? You all right? Yeah, I know, son. He know you on the tiller. I said, how you doing? He said, I'm good. I ain't tripping. There's a dude I got it too, but we worked it out. I said, all right, cool. I said, Mom, we're not gonna burn him out. She looked at it and say, because he want to be in the street, I'm gonna show him how that jail stuff go. But they're out of dropping the truck. They know he didn't pull the trigger because he didn't want to say the dude was shooting at him and hit the boy. That's why he got locked up. But ever since then, never been convicted. None of it. He lived in the household. I remember I said another story. I got on the topic of my mom. My mom slapped him. I had to come home in jail. And we live in the 2 bedroom. You got to go. You go by your grandma. So I got his head. That's another story. But anyway, so as we were young, we moved to the Calio project. That's when things got interesting for me because now I'm in
What
like
about what age is this?
I'm like 8 years old.
Hold
About
up,
eight.
hold up. Before you get to the Calio projects,
Mm-hmm.
because you said something that we know used to exist in the black communities, but a lot of people don't remember or act like they don't. You say your brother was high yellow like him,
Mm-hmm.
so it made you feel some kind of way. See, I was raised by my great granny, and if you was a light complected nigga,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man, and this was common amongst us. This like the late 70s, early 80s. If you was light skinned, you really the lighter you are, the more mistreatment you encounter. Because of the mentality of our people back then. And so that trickled down to the kids, which is what you saying. See, we grew up thinking that white boys for sure couldn't whoop us. So I don't was y'all like that
Yeah.
too? Yeah, see, we grew up thinking the lighter you are, the weaker
We
you
can't
were.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you was white, you didn't stand a chance. So if you was close to white, we had an edge on you because in our mind we felt like we'll kick your butt.
Mm-hmm.
You light right damn near white, you really ain't got too much to say about nothing. You just go along to get along. So I wanted to key in on that because that was a common mindset amongst our people in the late 70s, early 80s. If you was white, you didn't stand a chance. You had to lose. If you didn't lose, you might end up getting killed. And it was engraved in us that you don't let no white boy beat you at nothing. So, man, we was shocked when we started playing sports and competing with white boys. If they beat us, it damn near had to be a fight. Because in our mind, we believed that they couldn't beat us.
That's
And
true.
surely we never had no type of psychological fear or uncertainty about having a physical confrontation with a white person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the weak, light skinned dude theology or ideology came from. It came from you were so close to being a white boy that we ain't gonna let you in. You can't beat us. You too close to being white, and we know we kick a white boy butt. A
Mm-hmm.
white boy ain't beating us because we've been, yeah, this is just a part of who we are. So when you said that, that's what it made me
Yeah.
think about. So yeah, that was a common mentality, especially in the South
Mm-hmm.
during that time.
Yeah.
Okay, now we in the Calio.
So we moved to the Calio
Let's
project.
walk. Let's walk through the Calio.
Let's walk to the yo. We
We
moved
need to
to
know about.
Calio.
I want to hear about the school you went to. I need to. I need to. I want you to elaborate on that. Get it to the
Okay.
raw and uncut.
So while I'm in the Calio project, we were still going to Daniel Elementary School in Gertown. And they had this tall girl named Valencia. My brother was in her grade. But going up in elementary school, man, I got kept back, bro. I got held back. People don't believe me. I got held back in the first grade, the third grade, and I think the fifth grade.
So school wasn't really. Was you getting held back because of your academics? Was you being held back because of your discipline? Uh, or was you just being or you wasn't even going to school? What
No,
was the problem?
I always loved school. I always went to school, but I wanted to be the class clown.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, like in elementary school, like when they go on field trip, I would cuss and do bad. My mama come in, might spank me. That wasn't nothing, right? So I remember one time we had a test, and my homeboy named Andrew Patterson, he was very smart. So I was cheating, and when we have a spelling test, I was looking on his paper. So the lady said spell shirt. So I left the R out, and I spelled the SHIT.
Yeah.
So, so they was in there laughing, and my mother came back and then she whooped me, right? You know, your mother come and they say embarrassing you in school. Yo, wow,
Yeah.
come, yo, well, he's got certain little girls you like in this class. Yo, what's your mama embarrassing? All right, I'm gonna come there, whoop me, whatever.
So you got a whooping at school.
Yeah, in class.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, in class. Listen, bro, I want to try this bitch with all. So that's that little elementary, right? It wasn't until when we moved in Cali, we moved across the street from Cali, we moved to Phillip Street. We changed school with the McDonald 36, which was right around the corner from my house. This when I started. I mean, elementary school now, like
Mhm.
fifth grade. My mother would get up in the morning, like 5 in the morning, and head to the bus stop because she worked at the Sheraton Hotel. So at this time, we responsible to go in on because I got a brother. He like maybe like 2 years older than me, and this like 85, yeah, 85, like 11 years old. Um, that's when I broke in my cousin house next door and stole his Atari. And the police put me. That's when I got arrested for that. But going to McDonald Elementary School, I used to like that because that's when mom, man, I got jacked up my shoes, bro, back then. That's when mom started buying us like the British Knights, the Felines, right? So it was three of us. We decide that's about me like why I don't like that Melf too, the Diesel, because I had some blue Felines on. My other partner, Marvin, I mean, I ain't gonna call your whole name, bro. He had on some white with the blue and red Felines, right? So I was like, let's go walk to the store. So the store's like, we ain't had no business doing this, bro. The store's like 2 blocks down from our school, right across you from the Melpomene Project. Now, mind you, I still on this like the school sit right here with this box right here, right? Memphis this way. My house is right across the street, around the corner right here. So we ain't had no business. I want to show off my new shoes. Man, we go down into that store and we ain't had no money. As a matter of fact, we turn around, walking back to school. This boy's right up on like an olive, same color that chair, like a little that color green bike with the white mag wheels, with the little straight cross heading ball, the little white kickback chain and boy put up on us, see, give me them shoes. They ain't put out no gun or nothing on us. I wanted to run, bro, but I just was stuck. I just took the shoes on here. Give him my
Mm.
shoes, but he jacked on my shoes.
And how old was you then?
I was about 11 years old. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So
So the Calio projects, what were they living like? Like what was it like the for the conditions in the Calio project? We heard about it, but how was it?
selling drugs, murder. I remember a little young boy. I told the story before, but a little young boy, like around my age, he was like where I lived at. Everybody knew about this. It's called a red ramp on Failure. And then you got Galvez, the street over here, but we live on a red ramp on Failure on the third floor. So I used to sit in the window and watch and look at the little children. 'Cause at first, I didn't like them and they didn't like me.
Mm.
So I got into this little dude. I mean, he was like the same height, but he had a brother who was like my brother age and size. But he didn't want me to fight his little brother, so I was trying to throw water on him and all this stuff. So I didn't. You the new kid in the block. Uh, all the other children gonna be against you. So me and my cousin Curtis, because he was in a 2-bedroom house. It was 8 of us living in a 2-bedroom house. So one day, me and my cousin Curtis walked to the store, and none of the children didn't know where it was at. But on our way back to the store, man, they came out and they surrounded us. And I saw a little gap, and I shot out through the gap, ran around the building. I said, they got Curtis. My mom said, you better bring your butt back around and help him fight. And Curtis' mom was like, don't worry about it. He's gonna be all right. They're not gonna touch Curtis. They let him. They didn't do nothing to him. They want to know who I was. So we went up getting cool. We talked. They had this. They had this little. They had this stigma going on that on the old side of the project where it was dark at, they had Spider Man, Aquaman, and all these. And bro, we used to literally go walk in the courtyard on the dark side. And we gotta be careful, man, because Spider Man be on the wall. And we used to go walk on there and go really look for these people, man. We really go do this crazy stuff, right? Oh, we start playing pitch up tackle. Like we should be doing like a lot of the normal stuff, playing pitch up tackle football, right? Knock on the door and run,
Nigga not.
Nigga
right?
knocking, yeah.
But what got interesting for me, they have a cut. Like when you they got a project building this way, project building this way, they got like a little walkway you can walk and go all the way to the street on Martin Luther King, and right across the street, they got what you call the LIL store, and they got the big store there. So it's this young boy my age used to be out selling drugs. And when I passed there to go to the store for my mother, he would give me like $1 or $2, no more than 3 something there to buy my stuff from the store. Me and him we got cool, but we never like hung out.
Mm-hmm.
So he just give me a few dollars. Go come at. And one day he got killed. He was in the driveway. I found out he was a man he was selling drugs for or something. Somebody robbed him and killed him boy. So from there, my mind stayed because I'm always in the window, looking out the window, watching everybody run around and playing. I'm just looking, observing because you gotta keep in mind I come from where I hear no shooting, none of this stuff to down in the project where it's just lit. Cause like where I come from in Gertown, we go inside at the proper time. Everybody inside is quiet around this neighborhood, right? But it's still a hood, but it's quiet in this neighborhood for some reason. But and I never when I was living in Gertown, I've never witnessed nobody stand on the corner and sell drugs. I never witnessed that stuff coming up. Yeah, I never witnessed that. I witnessed guys popping with his own bike, riding their dirt bikes and all that around there, playing football, going to the park. We swimming on swimming team. We going still out of McKinney. Like we used to go to McKinney, hold that door. We go grab a cake, just run out of, grab a chocolate chip cookie, run up out of there. They ain't gonna chase us. So I come up from that era. So, but now when I moved to the Calio project, it's a whole different playing field. Now these little children here more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
They growing up in this project, and I'm having to have to adapt.
But before we get deep into the Calio, I want to ask you 2 questions.
Mhm.
You say you just gave your shoes to the guy. The guy walked up to you and took your shoes.
But it was on a bike. It
Yeah,
rolled up
yeah.
on
They
me.
rolled up on you
Yeah,
on the bike and took your shoes.
yeah.
And then your little partner that used to give you the money being killed. What type of effect did that have on your psyche? When the dude took your shoes, can you recall how you felt as a result of him? Can you recall why you gave him the shoes and how you felt after giving him the shoes?
I gave them the shoes. I was scared of them because they were bigger than us. They didn't put their hand on us. They didn't up no weapon. They just like giving them shoes. There you go. Get them all. And then I'm thinking my mom gonna buy me some more because she bought me them.
Mm.
So when we go back to school, we tell the teachers, the principal, nobody done nothing.
But this at 11 years old.
Yeah, I remember it was 10.
Okay,
11.
so 10 at 10 at 10 years old, you had never been told up until this point in your life, you had never been told you don't let nobody take nothing from you.
No.
Okay. So them coming saying, give me them shoes, you didn't even understand that they was taking your stuff.
Yeah, I understood that. I
Okay.
understood that I was getting robbed of chat. I understood that part, but nobody never said like that's what I tell people too. I've never had anybody sit me down and tell me don't do this. Everybody set me down was always do crime, do wrong, do this, right? So at this particular time, when the dude took my shoes, I'm like I said, I thought my mama gonna buy me some more. We go to school, we go to the principal, went to these people, and then nobody never did. They didn't call no police. They didn't go try to look for our shoes. We say the boy took this y'all go to class. We don't got on those shoes. So
Okay. What was mama's response?
well, boy, you better wear them. My youth, I gotta go back to my hand me down. My British Knight had a hole in them. Everything was getting old, right? So this would make me want to fight. This is not a red boy. He know some dude.
Another what?
A little red dude. You know, so he in line laughing at us. He's like, yeah, I know the dude who took y'all shoes from. You let him take your shoes, man. Yeah. So, cause he was a little advanced too, cause he grew up in a household with drugs, killing. Named Parnell. He got killed in a Cali about '94, but this like an eight. This like '85. So he laughing. I'm like, I want to fight it because I'm a little taller than him, and plus he red. So he laughing and yeah, but no, I know the dude who took your shoe. I can get y'all shoes back for y'all. At this point, I'm like, man, guy ain't tripping. But this the crazy part. I got a little flack for this when I say the name, but at 11 years old, that's when I committed my first man down. So now I got the tool now.
11 years old is
Yeah,
when you caught your first body.
right, right.
Okay.
So now, but it's never in my mind to go walk to that project and look for my shoes because first of all, it's a big project. Secondly, they was known for clicker juice. You know what that is? The embalming fluid.
Yeah, that's that Zuda Bang.
They used to wild out there project. So I was like, I'm a little boy, I'm going back there. But if I ever catch him, I'm gonna put this same thing I put on that boy around there on him. You know what I'm saying? But I never saw them dudes ever get in life. Like I saw, cause I didn't lock. You know how you lock out somebody doing something to you. I didn't like how you go teach you, and I went to school, but I never locked eyes, so I never saw them get in life.
Okay, so you say you caught your first body shortly thereafter.
Right.
Do you think that that situation had something do you remember the details that led to you taking that body? I mean, you know what I'm saying, catching that body?
Mm-hmm.
Uh at 11 years old, that's relatively young to engage in such a crime, such an act, because we don't even understand it's a crime at that time. Uh, what was your psyche? How did it affect you? What was you thinking? How did that make you feel?
I looked up to someone that when they come around in the car, I was excited. I wanted to show them like
I'm
I'm
down.
yeah. So when I jumped in the car, excited to see him, a gun go to the back of my head. I threw my hands up. What's going on? So he taught me, don't never get in that front seat. Always see who in that back seat. It was a female with him, right? So I was like, yeah, what's up, bro? And I'm happy to see him, talking to him. They're like, man, come on, man. You ready? I was like, yeah, what's what you want me to do? He's like, man, he gave me the gun, 38. I wanted to see this dude around here. When we get around here, he told me to color shirt to shoot him. And that was easy for me because I wanted to impress him. I wanted to be down and show him like I'm with this. But when I did it, instead of me giving him the gun, I ran straight home with it because I wanted to keep that gun. 'Cause I was like, yeah, this gonna protect me now. But never in my mind I thought about going and get revenge for my shoes. Cause now, right after that, me and my best friend Mosquito, we started going hang on this place called Second of Daniel, where they were selling, we used to sell what you call puffies, $2 weeds. We'll buy a $20 bag and roll them up. It's called white
And
boys.
singles.
Yeah, roll them up to single, put them in the lemon box, throw it on the ground, and just chill. So now come 86, 87, at this time now, I'm playing football. I went to play football for Taylor Park. I played with Patrick Surtain. He played for Miami Vikings. Me and him played on the same team. Randy Livingston, all them played on the same park ball together. By 88, oh, you couldn't tell me nothing.
I want to go back before you caught that body.
Mhm.
You moving from one neighborhood and you going into another neighborhood.
Mhm.
What made you want to jump off the porch and get into the street life?
Through that Cali project, I was exposed to it already. I see these little children doing it, and like I said, it was 8 of us in one house. My mother had a job.
Was you the oldest or the youngest?
The middle.
Okay, you was the middle.
Right.
So you had an older brother.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
And my mother ain't have, so I would see these little young boys around my age dressing nice. I'm talking about they fly, and they got the little girls crazy about them. And I'm like, I'm gonna have some little boy, but I don't got all my favorite shoes, bro. I saw somebody with these shoes. Remember them little, them vans they wear, but the checkerboard, I had the black and white checkerboard. I wore them shoes so much to all the bottom of them, I had the hole on the bottom, walking on the ground with them jump. I wore them shoes so much. I love the shoes though. But yeah, coming from the Catio project. And then when we moved across the street from the Catio, because I left this out, we had a 1 bedroom house. My mother would take the mattress off, put it on the floor for me and my other 2 brothers to sleep on this mattress in the room of mine. And I don't eat this to this day. We had a chest cooler, a cooler. We didn't have a refrigerator. We had the cooler that put the ice in it, and we had a table. We had 1 can of string beans and 1 can of cranberry sauce. These I don't eat this to this day because that's all we had to eat. So I'm like, man, bro, we gotta do so. Our first hustle, we started going to Winn Dixie. Hey, can I touch you? Okay, I help you with your bags in your car. Uh, and then we graduated to have that little squeegee with a red light. When people put up the red light, spray the clean their windows, hoping they give us some money. That's we started doing that. Um, then go to barbers and steal a little gold chain and stuff. That's when we started.
So what made you start committing crime was more about the condition that you were going through inside your house. Then,
Yes.
so the condition that you were going through in your house made you say, "Hey, man, I got to get out here. I got to hustle. I got to do something because I'm starving on the inside, right?"
And I thought in my young mind, I'm thinking, I'm gonna help mama out. I'm gonna go out here commit this crime and go steal, so she ain't gotta worry about me. They look take care of my little brother because she keeping the roof over our head. She trying to provide food as much as she can. But one thing I always say that I love about my mother and I respect to this day, she never gave up on us. Like you got some parents that just throw you away to the neighborhood, get on the drugs and let y'all fend for yourself. That lady rock with us from day one on. So that's what I always love, respect my mother to this day. But it was like, all right, man, we gotta grow up now. We're young, but mama trying to make at least she keep the roof over our head. We gotta do the rest. So I'm thinking I gotta get out of the street and start grinding because once I saw the little young boy, I thought, oh, I can do that. And I see the little girls crazy about him. I'm like, he don't look better than me. You know what I'm saying? He dressed better than me. He clean, but I'm like, hey, man. So, yeah, and then when I got to Phillip Street, then I started getting introduced to selling the weed, then stealing cars, staying out late. Mother, I'm gonna whoop y'all. I'm gonna whoop. This is what she do. I'll stay out late first. I know her weakness. She loved those cupcakes, not the chocolate ones. They had like the little white or gray, whatever the different color one.
The spicy with the little spicy cakes, the
No.
cupcakes that was kind of gray on top.
Yeah, them.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
love
yeah.
them, right?
Yeah,
And she love Coca-Cola. So I would buy that. Where you been out? I'm gonna whoop your butt. Here you go, bro. I'm gonna still whoop your butt. I don't get you whooping no more. Then when I finally, I did some dirty stuff, bro.
Hold up. Did any of the money that you used to make from doing what you do, was you bringing any of that home to help mama?
No, she wouldn't take that. My mom wouldn't go for that.
Okay.
And you know what? To this day, let me tell you what ticked me off about that. How, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to how their grandmas and mothers don't bring on that dirty
That
money, don't
blood
get
money.
drunk. Yeah, but America was built on blood money. We got kidnapped and raped and robbed this on this soil over here. What you take from the government here, that's another story, y'all. So yeah, moms wouldn't go for that. Cause let me tell you what happened. How old was I? I got my first 2 goals. I had got T to W about I want to say about 89. I broke in my best friend house. His grandfather had died at the funeral. So
You broke in your best friend house.
I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, after school, a little boy was killed. Now my best friend is already around there, so he already in the police car. So as I'm walking down on the street around the corner, and his big brother say, "Tell the police that get him, get him, because if y'all got my brother in the car, they be together." So he was with him. Police put me in the car, they bring me around there, right? So I'm listen. It had got to the point, okay, that enough is enough. Because this is what his brother had did me at first. We got this little young girl from the school. She come out of the house, so you know how you just be rolling on with your clothes on.
Yeah.
So we taking turns, right?
Boning.
Yeah. So I got tired of that. I bring it to the bathroom though, bro. I bring it to the bathroom. I lay on the floor, so we just roll it on the floor. We lay right next to by the toilet. So anyway, that's crazy how when you older you get conscious of pee all on the floor. But anyway, it didn't stank it. Let me just clear that, y'all. So I'm on top. We rolling, right? His brother come home and bang on the door. Who in here? I said, it's T. What y'all not doing? So I got the girl to eat. Get out, my mama, get out. I'm like, bro, you selling drugs, you in the streets, and you gonna run. You see, we in the house, we got us some female in here, and you talking about get out. So what we would do, that's the only thing I be feeling bad about. What we would do is like he sold powder bags. So he would have the powder bags, like they got like a little shed where they had a little, the hot water heat and all that. So he would have a pair of ballet shoes and he would have the drugs in his tennis shoe hid by the hot water heater. So we would go in there, take a bag out, we would take a Tylenol, crush that, put that in the sandwich bag, and put that